Yo, what's up guys? Kevin here. Welcome to the Snowboard Pro Camp live chat. Thanks everyone for tuning in. It's a bit of a different live chat today. I'm actually in Venice Beach, California. So a different location. There's no snowboarding here, but I'm on a short layover with my wife Jill and before going to Colorado. So heading to Colorado in a few days, but first on a short trip with my wife Jill to Venice Beach. But gonna be on here for the next hour to answer all your snowboard related questions. Hit me up with anything. And yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. A quick announcement too, we had the Snowboard Pro Camp beanies and stickers up for sale. All the stickers sold out in like 2 days. So thanks to everyone that picked up a sticker pack. I'm actually gonna order some more stickers today. So if you guys want to pick up the next round of stickers, I'm going to have some more stickers available in about a week or so. And the beanies are almost sold out. So the beanies, I think of 185 that we had up for sale, there's maybe 35 beanies left. So shout out, thanks to everyone that picked up a beanie. And yeah, I think after the gray beanie is sold out with the red tag, we're gonna pick up, look into getting a different style beanie for spring riding. So thanks, shout out to everyone that picked up a sticker pack and a beanie. And yeah, thank you guys all for tuning in. For the live chat, it's also a super chat. So if you guys have any questions that need answering, hit that super chat button. Awesome way to support the channel. And we've already got one super chat from Adam Bad Riders. Awesome. What's up, Adam? What's up, Adam? Adam says, remember the time you got frostbite, Kev? Hashtag DWCP. I do remember that time. Yeah. Back in the, I was like, was that 2 or 3 winters ago? Got some frostbite right on the tip of my nose. And yeah, that video was, I remember that video like it was yesterday. Up riding with Chris and his brother Dave on Whistler Mountain. And it was like minus 25 that day. So that was a good one. I don't know what your hashtag is there, Adam, but I'm intrigued. But yeah, thanks for the support, man. Let's do some quick shout outs to everyone that's tuning in. We got G-Tony87. We got Red's Cap. What's up, Reggie? I'm in your home city, man. We got Chris825. What's up, Chris? We got Austin Westbrook. Snowboard Life 14. Good to see you too, man. We've got, who else is on here? Ethan McKinney. And we got Joan Stone Mountain from Belgium. Oh yeah, guys, awesome. It'd be awesome to hear where you guys are watching from as well. First question from Andreas Fries. He says, what do you think about Timberline? Yeah, Timberline is a pretty cool resort. Most of the time that top chair, the Magic Mile, isn't open. They get so much snow and like harsh winds, but the rest of the mountain is pretty fun. It's very mellow terrain. It's like a very, I would say, the intermediate friendly terrain from when I was there. My favorite part of Timberline is the gully. I don't know what the name of the gully is, but there's like a gully that runs kind of beside the terrain park, and that gully was definitely just so much fun. And yeah, Timberline's cool. It's like right near government camp in Oregon there. If you guys have never been out to Mount Hood, Timberline's there, Mount Hood Meadows, a bunch of really fun resorts, all in the same mountain that's like a volcano. So yeah, shout out to everyone out in Oregon. And yeah, love Timberline's, a lot of fun. And we got Catman Snow watching from Sweden. We have somebody watching from Japan. I can't read your name because I think it's in Japanese. I don't know how to read it, sorry, but yeah, thanks for tuning in. Milo says, are you ever going to come to Australia? Yeah, we were in Australia last year in Jindabyne, New South Wales. I think it's in New South Wales. But yeah, love riding in Australia. If you guys have never been, look into it. You got like a bunch of different resorts there. Perisher, Thredbo, Mount Buller, a whole bunch. You can fly into Melbourne or you can fly into Sydney, and then it's like a 5 or 6 hour drive to the snowfields. it's better than the Aussies let on. It's actually really good snowboarding. Andre says, Kevin, you ride up at Sleeping Giant, Wyoming. I'm not sure what Sleeping Giant is. I feel like I should know what that is, but we were in Wyoming riding out there for like a week, and had a great time. It's very steep out there. We were at Grand Targhee, which is a lot of fun, and yeah, awesome place. Gaming the Guinea Pigs wants to know, why do you wax the top of your board? You don't need to. You definitely don't need to. J.S. King wants to know, do you like skiing? I used to like skiing. I kind of like had to just make a decision though between one or the other. It's like too expensive to do both, and so I just stuck with snowboarding. I like snowboarding a little bit more. I feel like all like the other board sports like wakeboarding, surfing, skateboarding, they all kind of lead into snowboarding. It's like an easy transition. So those are all the things I did like outside of snowboarding, so it made sense to stick with the board sports. Awesome, thanks guys. Just gonna scroll down a little bit, make sure I'm not getting too far behind. We got John Collison with the $2 super chat. He says, take me on my first park laps in Colorado. I'll pay. Awesome, John. I don't think the resorts let me go onto their resorts and just get people to pay me money to take them through their parks. That would be pretty fun, man. If I see you in Colorado, I'll do it for free. We can just do a couple laps for fun, man. But yeah, I think the plan when we get to Colorado is we're staying in Silverthorne, and we're gonna try to ride, I think, just a variety of mountains out there. So we'll probably hit up Copper, Keystone, A Basin, and Breckenridge, and hopefully get to meet up with Jonathan Buckhouse and Ryan Napton and whoever else is out there too. It'd be cool to yeah, if we see you up on the mountain, man, it'd be awesome to do some laps. Just come find me. I'll be in my multicolored purple and pink jacket. So yeah, it'll be good times, man. And we got Andy Lee with the $2 super chat as well. He says, is the T-Rise Pro a good board to progress on? Yeah, I think it's a great board to progress on. You've got magnet traction, which gives you a lot of stability and control. You've got the combination of rocker and camber under your feet, which gives you a little bit of forgiveness. The rocker between the feet gives you a little bit of forgiveness on your turns, making your turns a little bit quicker. Lets you go into some powder too with that rocker between your feet. But then the camber zones under your feet also give you some stability and some pop. So I think it's a great board to progress on. It's yeah, it's like one of Travis Rice's boards, and he's like an elite rider. So if he can ride it and progress, I think yeah, anybody can. Jesse wants to know, or Jess wants to know, have you ever ridden the GNU Rider's Choice? How did you like it? I've actually never ridden that board, but I've ridden, like, the GNU Space Case is very similar. I think the reason I didn't go with the Rider's Choice because it isn't ASim. I could be mistaken, but one of the reasons I went for the Space Case is because it's ASim. But I think other than that, the Rider's Choice has lots of good qualities about it. And I think it's fairly similar to the Space Case. And yeah, I recommend the GNU boards. I think they're pretty awesome. And yeah, they're kind of like different boards within the line for different types of riding. But yeah, I think the Rider's Choice is kind of like a good all-around board. So yeah, check it out. Oh, Jack's watching from Cali. What's up, man? It's good to be in your home state. And Brian Olson says, how are the conditions in Whistler? I'll be riding on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I believe that it's warming up in Whistler. So I think spring has arrived and bringing just lots of warm weather. So I think it's going to be some, I don't know for sure. I haven't checked like the last couple of days, but I think it's going to be like spring riding conditions. So trying to plan where we were going to snowboard the next week or so, we actually tried to find where it was going to be the coldest. And it looks like Colorado is staying the coldest, so that's why we planned our next trip there. And everywhere else seems like the temperature is like going way up, including we were thinking of hitting up Bear Mountain here in California. We were thinking of possibly Mammoth or some other spots on the West Coast, but landed on Colorado just because the elevation there's so much higher up, and there's so much variety in Colorado, and it's supposed to stay pretty cold. Awesome. Thanks, guys. L Stacker Adventures, thanks for tuning in. In Motion SLB, what's up, Narav and Yannick? Hope you guys are having a good time out there in Colorado. Can't wait to join you guys. Yeah, so I'm meeting up with TJ, Narav, Yannick, and whoever else out in Colorado. And we booked a pretty nice place in Silverthorne, and yeah, looking forward to getting out to Colorado for some riding. And Hamilton Johnson says I should come to Santa Fe ski area. Yeah, I didn't even know there was snowboarding in New Mexico. That's pretty cool. No plans at the moment, but I'll have to look into visiting sometime. What's up, Liam Humphreys? Thanks for tuning in. Andrea Stafford. Doofus Gamer, what's up, man? Catman Snow. LY says, what's your warm-up routine like to keep those muscles limber and prevent injuries? So I don't do it every time I go up, but I feel like the days when I go up and I spend like 10-15 minutes just stretching, I'll do squats, I'll do like hamstring stretches, just all kinds of things to get my like legs, hips, and like back sort of warmed up. All those things definitely help. You can do like arm circles just as you ride too, because if you have a fall and you put out your arm in an awkward position, it's good to have your like shoulders and arms all warmed up. So about 15 minutes on the mountain, and then afterwards too at night. I find that if I have like a routine of stretching for like an hour a night, it seems like a lot, but if you can do an hour of like either yoga or a stretching routine, something like that, I feel like it does go a long way for your snowboarding, especially in the terrain park, for grabs, for if you're carving on your snowboard, just getting low over your board, all those things will be improved by stretching for sure. Gavin, I think you will film with Matt Miniacci, man. Definitely. Travis is watching from North Carolina. Doofus from Poland. Cyrena from Japan. Aiden's watching from the Bahamas. David says, come to Washington, please. Justin wants to know, what's easier, front board or backboard? I think a backboard is definitely easier because you're turning and you're facing forward the whole time. And so that's easier for sure. And going backwards is a little bit intimidating, and a lot of people get confused too. They think a front board is where you're like turned forward, but it's actually called a backboard, and it comes from skateboarding, and it depends on like which way you're approaching the feature. If the feature is on your backside, it's a backboard. If it's on your front side, it's a front board. Shifty Crook is watching from Oregon. Andre watching from Wyoming. We got Tyler from Quebec, Canada. I'm just going to scroll down a little bit, guys. We got a $5 super chat, but the message was retracted. But thanks for the support anyways. Just going to scroll down. Logan Hanlon with a $5 super chat. Thanks, Logan. He says, hi from Alberta. Shout out to Logan Hanlon. Yeah, Logan Hanlon, man. Appreciate the support, dude. Kadudon is in America. Very nice. Yao watching from, I think I'm saying that right, Ciao Palma, watching from Portugal. Awesome. We got the Portuguese crew on here. And L Soccer says, where are you going? In Colorado. I'm going to Breck in a week. Yeah, so I think the plan is to hit up a bunch of places, so including Breckenridge for sure. And we got Adam Bad Riders with another $5 super chat. He says, hope LA is treating you right. Have you been brushing up on your Aussie slang? You got to remember the D-Week Camber podcast. Yeah, okay, I got to check it. I got to find out about this D-Week Camber podcast. Aussie slang. I haven't been brushing up too much on my Aussie slang because I haven't been around too many Aussies. So it's hard to brush up on my slang, but I'll have to remember the fair dinkum. That's like a big one. I know you guys like saying that a lot. And all the ones that are coming to me are not appropriate. But I got my sunnies out today, and it's pretty warm in LA, so I might be wearing a pair of thongs. So yeah, there's a few Aussie slangs in there. And we got Liam watching from Bend, Oregon. Love Bend, man. And Dustin says, hey Kevin, love the channel. I was curious if you and TJ are into any metal, and what bands do you listen to on your playlist? Yeah, I think we're both into like a bunch of different metal bands, but it's kind of, I don't really listen to it as I ride, but yeah, I'll listen to like random metal bands from time to time. Nothing's coming to my head, but I know that the guys that we've been traveling with, they really love Slipknot, so we'll get that going once in a while. Some like old school Metallica, and yeah, some classics too. But yeah, a bit of everything really. All right, we got Ignacio. Do you guys recommend to buy a snowboard from Craigslist? Yeah, it's like a good option. It's probably a good way to save some money. Just make sure that if you're buying a used board that it's there's nothing wrong with it, and you should be getting a really good deal. Like really compare like how much it would be to buy the board brand new, and then look at how old the board is. If like you're buying a board that's like 7 or 8 years old on Craigslist, it should be really cheap. So make sure that yeah, people are just selling it for an honest price. And Katu Don says, what do you think about the magic carpet? Yeah, it's the magic carpet. I don't know. It's like good for if you're a learner to hop onto that magic carpet. If that's what you're talking about. Is there another? There's also the Battalion magic carpet. I think it's called. That seems like a fun board too. All right, so we got another super chat from Michael Irvin. He says, would you recommend buying your own gear? 3 to 5 days per year. 3 to 5 days. That's tricky. If you're gonna go every year, yeah, I'd probably buy my own gear. I would probably not like get very high-end stuff. I'd probably just keep it minimal just because you're only going 3 or 5 days. But if I was only going 3 to 5 days and I was also traveling to snowboard, if I was, taking flights or going far distances, I would probably rent when I got there. So yeah, that kind of, it depends on whether or not you're traveling for snowboarding. Like if I was, only snowboarding once a year in Japan, I would probably just rent gear when I got to Japan, because it just makes the whole like traveling and everything easier. But if I was going 3 or 5 days at my like home resort that was like within a half an hour distance or an hour away or driving distance, I would probably buy my own setup and just keep the costs low. And Gavin says, when will you come to Cali and go to Mammoth? I was looking at going to Mammoth, but we may consider going to Mammoth for some spring riding later. But at the moment, we're trying to stick with the places that are still feeling like winter. And it seems like Colorado has the coldest temperatures, so that's why we're going there. But would love to visit Mammoth again. It's really cool spot. All right, awesome. Thanks for all the questions, guys. And LTR says, Kevin, need some bindings for a PT2 Battalion Surfer and Slush Slasher. Thinking Union Strata. Thoughts? Yeah, this Union Strata seemed like a good choice. They're going to be stiff enough for you, kind of like that mid flex on a binding. And they also have that like 3D molded type ankle strap, which I think is really good too. So, yeah, the Union Stratas, they're kind of like just a little bit on the higher side of the spectrum in terms of like quality and performance. So I think they're good binding for all of those. So yeah, definitely do it up. Yeah, that's what I would go for. All right. Just gonna scroll. Oh. Yo, Ryan Napton's on here. What's up, Ryan? Thanks for tuning in, man. He says, bring me a sticker. See you soon, man. Yeah, definitely, man. I think I have, do I have some stickers? I've got an envelope of like a few stickers that we haven't sold. So when I get to Colorado and when we're riding, man, I'll bring you a sticker. But yeah, we'll definitely be great to get on snow with you for a couple days and try to learn to carve, man. I want to learn to carve like you. So yeah, we'll be in touch, and I'll see you next week, man. And we got Wong says Capita Outsiders or Westmark Camber for intermediate rider, 80% groomers and 20% park, 20% jumps. Open to suggestions too. Thanks. Yeah, I'd probably go for the Westmark Camber. Because if you like riding groomers and jumps, I think the Westmark Camber will have a bit more stability, a bit more control. You got the grip tech, the kind of like the bumps, additional contact points that help you to stay more in touch with the snow and give you that clawing effect on the ice. So yeah, I like boards that have those features. Also, yeah, if you want to check out a similar board to the Westmark Camber, maybe the GNU Headspace. It's also a full camber board, but instead of the grip tech, it's got the full magnet traction. So maybe compare those two boards as well. If I was going to do like a jump and groomers board only, I would definitely consider the GNU Headspace. Taylor Mcclure says, Kevin, thanks for all your vids. I've learned so much. Awesome. Appreciate it, Taylor. That's awesome. Yeah, I've gotten some great emails and comments from people recently too, talking about like how this past season, it's like they've progressed so much in their riding. So that's like, it's really good to hear. Bruno has a quick question about my Orca, the Libtech Orca. He says, is it a great board for other conditions than deep powder? For example, resort groomers and off-piste. Cheers from Australia. It is actually a really good board for groomers and off-piste. It's got the camber profile. It's got the camber under your feet, rocker in between. And so that camber profile, it actually allows it to be pretty maneuverable through like all conditions. And it's still stiff enough that you can carve with it really well on groomers. And the magnet traction also helps it with the groomers as well. So I would say it's surprisingly good. It's almost better all mountain. And then you can also, it's also good in the powder. So yeah, it's definitely a great board for that. And Andre says, Kevin, Sleeping Giant is up right before the entrance to Yellowstone, coming out of Cody, Wyoming. I think you should come check it out. I'm up there almost every weekend. I can, and it's super fun. I don't know what that last thing is, but yeah, man, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, Sleeping Giant, Yellowstone Park. Actually, now that you mention Yellowstone Park, I've heard of that. So we'll definitely have to, next time we're near Jackson, we'll have to just drive that extra distance out to Yellowstone. And Austin Westbrook with the $5 super chat. He says, hey, Kevin, I have a big decision to make. Icon or Epic Pass for next season. I live in Tahoe, so there's options for either. Also, we'll travel to others. Wow. I'm leaning towards the Icon Pass because with the Icon, like this year we went to Niseko, to Revelstoke, to Colorado at Copper Mountain has the Icon. Where else have we been to? Jackson is on Icon, and yeah, I think Icon. Bear Mountain's on Icon, so just Mammoth is on Icon. I would say Icon for sure. Yeah, that's a good problem to have. So which resort in Tahoe is on the Icon Pass? Jason S, thanks for tuning in. Endo11 says he just got the 32 Crab Grab lashed boots. Oh, nice. Yeah, I love the lashed. Oh, Cam Terry says the rider's choice is ASim. Oh, good to know. And Gas and Ice says, doing skateboarding will help to improve snowboarding. Yeah, definitely. Skateboarding is something that I really didn't get into until like much later after snowboarding actually. And I found that after I did some, like as I improved in skateboarding, it really helped my balance in snowboarding. So 100% by doing skateboarding, it's going to help you with snowboarding for sure. And anybody that I've ever taught who comes from a skateboarding background, as soon as they strap the board on and start heading down the mountain, they just pick it up so much faster because skateboarding is difficult. It requires so much more balance, and there's so much more consequence too. So taking it into snowboarding, like snowboarding feels easy compared to that. Miles says, I'm looking for new bindings and was looking at unions and would like something a little stiffer than the Forces. Do you think that the Stratas are a good choice? They're a decent choice, but I would go even further, go like to like the Atlases, because the Atlases are just that much more stiff. So if you're looking for stiffness, definitely check out the Union Atlas bindings. Snowboard Life 14. Hey Kevin, I'm going to Whistler for the first time for my 18th birthday. I will be there on the 25th through the 27th. Are you able to meet up with me? Maybe do some runs together. Yeah, so we are in Colorado, I think until the 27th, man. Oh no, I'm sorry, dude. I think that we're in Colorado from, when do we get back? I think we get back on the 27th. So I may see you there on the 27th. So Snowboard Life 14, just keep me updated. I'll keep you guys posted on when we're coming back from Colorado. But man, that's a great way to spend your birthday in Whistler. Doofus Gamer says, do you think it's a good idea to get a Battalion Evil Twin? Yeah, it may be if that's the type of board you're looking for, like Battalion. So it's camber, and then it's also got the 3BT on the nose and tail. So they're shaped like a spoon, which makes the board really catch free. So if you're looking for a board that is easy to butter, that's very like just catch free, can turn quickly, and yeah, it just has that kind of like loose feeling of riding, then definitely check it out. If you want something that has like more control, then the Battalion may not be the one. Oh, shout out to John06. I hope you feel better, John, man. That's a bummer that you hurt your wrist, dude. Heal up and yeah, get back out there, man. Yeah, shout out John06. And Liam Humphrey says Mount Bachelor, Oregon is the best. Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Yeah, love Mount Bachelor. And I have a question. My right foot is smaller than my left. Do you have any advice? Planning to buy my own boots. Oh, that's tough. Yeah, what can you do for that? I don't know. My right foot is a little bit smaller than my left, but I don't notice the difference, to be honest. I think that if you get the boots to fit the bigger foot, and if the other foot, if it's just a little bit smaller, then you just have to live with it, I think. I think that's the only thing you can do. And we got Jason watching from Melbourne, Australia. Thanks for tuning in, Jason. Andrea says, dang it. How is Colorado so cold, but Wyoming, which is higher above Colorado, but it's warmer? I think the elevation in Colorado is higher. I think that the towns in Colorado are like 9,000 feet. I think that's why. I think Jackson, like in Wyoming, you guys aren't that high in elevation. I think that's what's making the difference. And then we got Gaston Ice saying, Kevin, come to Argentina in August. Yeah, we're starting to plan our like summer and fall next year snowboard trips, and Argentina or Chile is very tempting. And Moose Log says, for sure to work Creek in Colorado. They get way more snow and close to Silverthorne. All right, we'll check you out. Work Creek or Creek, Colorado. I haven't heard of that spot. Shoto Elite says, yo, Kev, any tips on teaching friends how to snowboard? Yeah, that's pretty tricky. I think the best thing for teaching your friends to snowboard is to just, the thing with teaching your friends to snowboard is you want them to learn so badly. So sometimes you actually like end up giving them like too much information. You're like pushing them too much. You kind of become short with your friends sometimes too. So I think my biggest advice is just like be patient. Maybe just give them like one or two things, or maybe just one thing to do, and let them like progress at like one thing before giving them like more stuff. And depends on your friend too, like, and just kind of like read your friend and then see like what do they really want to do, or like how much are they going to learn in a day. I think like by them progressing less in a day but having a better time is better than them learning a lot but kind of being frustrated, or like you guys getting frustrated with each other. So yeah, not putting too much pressure on them. I think that's the best thing. Ooh, that looks good. And Nakamura says, hi from Tokyo, watching this on my way to the mountain. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in from Tokyo. And Jimmy Bourne says, go to Steamboat Springs, Kevin. It's good. And Morningside is really good tree skiing. All right. Thanks for the advice, Jimmy. So Mr. C Note says, where is Kevin at? I'm late here. Yeah, so I'm actually on a quick trip with my wife Jill to Venice Beach, California. So yesterday we arrived, and today we went up and did some hiking in some of the hills around LA, which was pretty cool. Got some tacos at like a really amazing taco shop. And tonight we're going to the Action Bronson concert. And if you guys know who Action Bronson is, he's like a hip hop, he's a rapper. And yeah, so we're going to his concert tonight just outside of LA. So yeah, a short trip here and then heading over to Colorado for some snowboarding. So yeah, kind of a different week for sure. And Dustin is curious about what we have on our playlist while we snowboard. Yeah, honestly, I don't listen to a lot of music as I snowboard. Thanks for all the questions, guys. Just gonna scroll down a little bit. Joey C says, Kevin, what's up from Long Island? Thanks for tuning in, man. We got Endo's watching from Calabogie, Ontario. MH wants to know if I've ever heard of Lacrosse. Yeah, of course. Definitely. JJ is watching from Massachusetts. And we got Philippe watching from Brazil. Awesome. Mathieu from Melbourne. And El Sacker loves the new beanie video. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, I just wanted to let everyone know that the beanies and stickers were available, and yeah, they're almost gone. So yeah, thank you guys all for picking up some. The stickers are gone and the beanies are almost gone. So thank you guys all for picking some up, and gonna have some more coming soon too. And Geraldine Tan says, watching from Singapore, is it as powdery in Austria compared to Japan? No, Japan definitely has the most powder, I think, for sure. So Japan's like the powder king of the world, but Austria is definitely way bigger. The mountains are bigger, steeper. Just a totally different experience. Like when you're in Austria, you feel like you're in just like deep in a massive mountain range, compared to Japan, which is like a bit more mellow and you've got like more sparse mountains. But Japan definitely has better powder, but sometimes Austria gets amazing powder snow too. Just not as consistent as Japan, I think. And Michael wants to know, do you all have the passes to all ski resorts? Not all ski resorts, no. But we do get some of those like collective passes, like the Icon Pass and Epic Passes, which allows us to go to lots of places. And if there's a resort that we don't have the pass, we usually try to contact like a marketing person and ask them for some free passes in exchange for doing some filming at the resort. And Deepak says, hey Kevin, love your videos. I started out goofy, but all the tests say I'm regular. Shall I try to switch to regular now or continue goofy? I would just continue goofy. If goofy feels normal to you, then stick with goofy. I know some people that are left-handed that snowboard right foot first, and right-handed snowboarders that snowboard left foot first. So I feel like it's part of it is just feeling it, is just how it feels to you. So if it feels right as goofy, then stick with goofy. Sometimes those tests aren't foolproof. Sometimes the tests they're not real. But yeah, keep it up, and then as you get better at goofy, just practice your switch riding and learn to ride regular as well. And we got Kid Kobe watching from Anchorage, Alaska. Awesome. Thanks for tuning in from Alaska. And Justin's tuning in from Bend, Oregon. Awesome. So Liam says, what do I think of, or have I heard of Snowplanks? It's a local company in Bend, Oregon. No, I actually haven't heard of them, but that's it's cool to check out new and local companies. So next time I'm in Bend, I'll definitely look them up. And we got Ian watching from Cincinnati, Ohio. Awesome. Thanks for watching. And we got a super chat from Roy Forrest. $10. Thanks for the support, Roy. He says, hi, Kevin. What do you think about getting a guide for backcountry while in Niseko? Or is a guide even necessary? Yeah, I think that if you want to do some stuff outside of the resort, a guide is definitely the way to go. It just makes it all like much easier and will probably keep you out of trouble too, and just to make sure that you have all the safety stuff down. Inside the resort, you could probably do it alone, but there's also benefits to riding with a guide or like an instructor or somebody in the resort as well, because there are there's some gates that you can go through that take you into some powder areas. And yeah, there's some pretty cool stuff like on the resort, just like outside of gates, that is pretty cool. So I could see a guide being useful for that as well. But yeah, if you want to do anything off the resort, just heading up some different mountains, yeah, I think a guide's the way to go for sure. And Dalton says, I have a question. I have trouble doing 180s off a jump, but can do them fine on flat ground. It seems like I don't bring my shoulders all the way around. Any tips? Yeah, definitely practice some just outside the park, like as you're riding. So find some like small kickers, or just like riding up side walls can really help you like get your 180s down. But if you're having trouble doing them off jumps, it may be you may be scared too, like to land switch. So maybe practice lots of switch riding, being confident with your switch riding, even switch riding with speed. And you could even try to do a small jump, just do a switch jump. And then as you start to feel better with that, then the 180s, I think, because the movement is really small. It's like with your arms and everything, and twisting or rotating that 180 around. So that part isn't very difficult. So if you can do it on the ground, you can definitely do it on a jump because you have like more time. I think it's just the confidence to commit and do it. So yeah, practice on small stuff outside the park first, and then when you're ready, just take it to a small jump. And Adam Bad Riders, another super chat. He says, did you pick up a board from the Arbor factory? I didn't, but the Arbor store here in Venice, I think it's just the store, and they also designed the boards there. So it's like, I think, their head office type thing. So I was in there today, but I didn't buy any boards. And I did check out some of their 2020 boards, which was pretty cool. But their boards are made, I think, in like Dubai. I think their boards are made either Dubai or somewhere like in the Middle East somewhere. So they're not actually made in Venice. But yeah, good question, man. I think Adam, yeah, if you guys want to follow any of my journeys through Venice, check out my Instagram. I'm trying to post up a lot of stuff to my Instagram stories at Snowboard Pro Camp. And Zoltan says, what do you think of ASim? Yeah, I like the ASim boards, like the GNU. I feel like, so if you guys don't know, ASim is basically the heel edge is a bit shorter than the toe edge. So allowing you to make kind of like shorter heel, or like making the heel edge a bit more aggressive, because it is much easier to make a toe turn and like a toe carve than it is to make a heel turn and heel carve. So it's like a little bit easier on the toes. So the ASim design makes the heel turns just that much easier. So I like it. I feel like I can feel it. My turns do feel better. So yeah, I'm liking the ASim. I think every board should be ASim. I'm sold. Ford Phillips says, are there any downsides to magnet traction? I don't think so. I feel like it's pretty good all around. I guess if like the snow conditions are just like pristine, and you don't have any firm or hard or icy bits to go over, then I could see just not needing the magnet traction. But yeah, so I guess in pristine snow you wouldn't need it. And it may slow you down. I think if you're like a racer, maybe it would slow you down a little bit, but it also gives you more control around turns. So I don't know, it could like actually help you stay in a faster line. So I don't know, there's not too many downsides to it. And you board says, Kevin, thanks. You gave me so much motivation this season. Awesome. That's great to hear. Yeah, keep it up, man. Thanks so much for the support, for tuning into the live chat. Yeah, that's awesome. And Andrew Kuzaro with the super chat. Thanks so much, Andrew, for the support, man. No question. Oh, and then Andrew Kuzaro with another super chat. He says, "Go to Crystal Mountain, Washington. Great snow." Yeah, we need to hit up a resort in Washington. Crystal, I've heard lots of great things, so we'll hopefully hit it up at some point. And James Vitkus with the $4.99 super chat. He says, "Ever consider kiteboarding off season? Squamish, total adrenaline rush, big air, no lift lines. Been doing kiteboarding 2+ years. Love it. Great vids, thanks." I've never considered it, but yeah, it would be pretty cool to get into kiteboarding. Yeah. We'll have to look into it. Yeah, that could be a fun thing to get into in the summer. I see that when I'm driving on the highway, I see loads of people doing it in Squamish. It looks like a really fun sport. And we got Jeff Cabraldo, $6.99 super chat. He says, "For your ramen fund, great to see you at Emerald Chair last Saturday. A skier fan." Oh yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, awesome chatting with you. Maybe we'll see you up there on April 6th. Cool to watch you guys hit the park. Awesome, man. Yeah, we'll definitely, we'll see you. We should be back in Whistler April 6th, so hopefully we'll see you around. Thanks for the support, man. Yeah, well, definitely next time I'm eating some ramen, it's on you, Jeff. Yeah, thanks for the support. Roy Forrest with another super chat. "Hi, Kevin. What do you think getting a guide for the backcountry while at Niseko, or is a guide even necessary?" Yeah, I guess I answered this before, but definitely outside the resort, get a guide. I think it'll just make everything easier for sure. All right, guys, just going to scroll down a little bit, just catch up a little bit behind on the questions. Whoa, tons of questions. Thank you guys so much. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Whoa, tons of questions. Awesome. Foster Gilmore says, "I watch David S. Jones." Yeah, if you guys haven't yet, check out David S. Jones's channel. He's got the ACL injury, but he's recovering from it. He had the surgery, and and also there's that tragedy in New Zealand recently too. So yeah, thinking about everyone in New Zealand, and it's a really horrible thing. But yeah, all of our thoughts and good thoughts are sending to out to New Zealand and to David, and that's a big tragedy out there. But yeah, tune into David's channel. He does some amazing videos. He's whenever I feel like watching some comedy on YouTube, I just check out David's channel. And Gandalf the Grey wants to know what board is in the background. So that is the GNU Space Case. That's the board. The only board I'm bringing to Colorado. Gaming Time. What's up, Gaming Time? Thanks for tuning in. Chris DeLeon says, "I love the fact that you guys have evolved from a tutorial channel to a travel channel for snowboarders. Keep up the good work." Awesome. Thanks, Chris. Yeah, trying to just mix it up with all kinds of content. But yeah, really enjoy making the travel snowboard vlogs. And so yeah, it's so much fun to make those. And I hope that, you guys like watching them, but going to continue to do the tutorials and the gear reviews and all that kind of stuff as well. All right, gonna get to a couple more questions and then may call it a night. Got to get ready. We're heading out to at the Action Bronson concert a little while here.